It's been the highest honor of my life to get to serve in an elected office. It's something that I think above all is helped shape who I am, and that is trying to be a servant.
Well, that's interesting. You said that with servant, and that's. It seems as though if you have that framework in mind, that's the foundation you want to stay on, is being a servant. So that's good to hear from the mayor.
Well, thanks.
You went from being a city council person, which requires especially a lot of nighttime activity and your own investigations, I'm sure, and different bills that you have to follow through, and negotiating with other people on the council, and then you had a switch recently in the fall of last year. It was September 7th, I think I got written down, that you went from being a councilman that you got probably familiar with fairly well after 11 or some odd years, and then you go into the mayor's position. How different is that compared to being sort of in the legislative branch to the sort of the executive branch?
Well, it's entirely different. You go from the legislative to the executive branch, and that was a pretty big transition. The legislative branch, my service on the council was very beneficial. It allowed me to get the kind of the lay of the land, if you will. It allowed me the opportunity to get to know the departments, get to know how the city operates, get to know the key personnel that really serve the public. We have 530-some employees at any given point in time, 22 departments, and so to have that familiarity when I stepped into the role of mayor was very good and very helpful. And that's about where the similarity, or at that point in time, it's a totally different situation. It's a much higher knowledge, a much higher detail level that you get involved with in the administrative side than you do on the legislative side.
Sure.
And so while being on the council is very helpful, it's two separate responsibilities.
Well, let me ask you this. So now you're in the executive level. Has that changed? You've probably got to know the councilmen that are on there quite well.
Sure.
How has that changed your relationship? Has it changed it that much?
Well, I think it's been helpful because I had a working relationship with our council before, and have a very unique perspective as to what our council members go through on a day-to-day basis, and the challenges that they face, and what they're up against. And so having that experience, I think, has helped me to keep in good contact and make sure that we're all on the same page and working towards common goals.
Sure. I know I had a chance to read some of your city address to the city, or State of the City address, and for the sake of the video, I didn't think I should read all of your speech.
Well, it took me about 2 hours, 10 minutes, but I only got about halfway through. So.
Yeah. I did read a lot of it, and especially the executive summary. So let me ask you, and you had a lot of goals that you want to establish, you want to get through, and can you name some of those things, just kind of off the top of your head, that some of the voters that may be looking at our site would be interested in?
Well, the theme of the State of the City this year I chose was world-class service, because in government here, especially at a local level, we don't create things, we don't produce things, we don't manufacture, we provide service. And so if we're going to provide a level of service that our citizens depend on, then my expectation is that it will be the best that we can possibly do. And so world-class service was my theme for the State of the City. And so in it I outlined really best practices of each department, and highlighted those to show the value that our citizens get from the services that they receive. So that was the primary theme of my State of the City address. And then, we have any number of departments who have award-winning staff who have been recognized not only statewide, but sometimes even nationally for the jobs that they do. And that's performing, not only the job duties each and every day, but it's also getting out into the public and doing extra, doing more to get involved with the public, and it might be an educational thing, it might be a public service thing, but just any number of different examples that we could cite about the good work that our public servants down at the 22 departments are doing to serve.
What created that? What do you think? Obviously, there must be an environment there.
Well, we've got a family atmosphere. We've got a team of skilled and good people that have been together for a long, long time. And I would say that it goes beyond just having a job and performing the duties of the job. It comes back to passion. That's what motivates me every day, is passion and love for the city of Mishawaka. And I think that by and large, our staff members have that same passion. It's not just getting up and doing a job. It's going to work for the community that you love. And I think that's what sets us apart.
Sure.